Hello students, now we are going to discuss conversion of single entry system into double entry system, that is conversion method or analytical method under accounting from incomplete records. Sometimes a concern which have been following the single entry system of accounting may desire to convert its system of accounting from the single entry system to the double entry system and prepare trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet as in the double entry system. In order to change its system of accounting from the single entry to double entry system, it has to take certain steps. The steps required for the conversion of the single entry into double entry system vary from business to business or from concern to concern, depends upon the degree of implementness of the existing records. Therefore, it's not possible to lay down a particular method of conversion. However, the following steps are required for the conversion of single entry into double entry system. Before understanding the conversion method, it is difficult to work out the problem. That is why let us try to discuss the various steps. For the purpose of converting single entry into double entry system, we are going to follow 4 steps. And the first step, we have to prepare the opening statement of affairs with the help of opening assets and liabilities. And ascertaining the opening capital if the opening capital is not given in the problem. Sometimes they are not going to give opening capital in the problem. If the opening capital is given in the problem, please try to understand, if the opening capital is given in the problem, it's not necessary to prepare an opening statement of affairs because obviously opening capital will be available or is available in the problem. If the opening capital is not given, then we need to prepare the opening statement of affairs. In the second step, we have to prepare the cash book or cash account of a bank account or cash or bank account. If a regular or complete cash book is not given, generally the cash book is prepared in order to ascertain the opening cash balance or bank balance or cash or bank balance or the closing cash balance or bank balance or cash and bank balance. Even if both the opening cash balance or bank balance or cash and bank balance and the closing cash balance or bank balance are given, it is advisable to prepare the cash book because in that case, any differences in the cash book may be treated as either drawings, cash purchases or sundry expenses. So, sometimes we need to prepare the cash book for various reasons. In the third step, we are going to prepare 4 important supplementary accounts. And it is not necessary that we have to prepare 4 accounts, it depends on the problem. If the item is given related to all the 4 account, then we need to prepare all the 4 accounts which we are going to discuss now. If not, based on the information, we are going to prepare the successive 4 accounts. And third step, we are going to prepare bills receivable account, bills payable account, total debtors account and total creditors account. The bills receivable account has to be prepared. Try to understand. The first we have to prepare bills receivable account. The bills receivable account has to be prepared if there are bills receivable it has to be prepared in order to ascertain the closing balance of bills receivable or the opening balance of bills receivable or the bills receivable received from the debtors during the trading period or the cash received against the bills receivable. So, what are the items included under bills receivable account? In the debit side, we have two balance brought down. There's nothing but opening bills receivable, and second one, two sundry debtors, bills receivable received from the debtors. And credit side, we are having by cash received from the bills receivable, by sundry debtors, by sundry creditors, and closing bills receivable. The next one, we are going to prepare second one, bills payable account has to be prepared. If there are bills payable, it has to be prepared in order to ascertain the closing balance of the bills payable or the opening balance of bills payable or bills payable accepted or issued to the creditors. The items included under bills payable account are to cash that is paid to bills payable or bills payable honored, sundry creditors, that is bills payable dishonored, closing bills payable, there's a two balance carried on. In credit side, we are having opening bills payable, that is by balance brought down, by sundry creditors, that's by bills payable issued to creditors. These are the items included in the bills payable account. So, based on the problem, we are going to prepare bills receivable account and bills payable account. Next, we are going to prepare third one, very important account, third and fourth. Most of the problem it includes, and we need to prepare that. Third one is total debtors account. It has to be prepared in order to find out the credit sales or closing balance of debtors or opening balance of debtors or cash received from debtors. There will be any one balancing figure will be there. I repeat, either there will be a balancing figure of opening debtors or closing debtors, cash received from debtors, or we can say creditor sales. So, out of these four, any one may be the balancing figure. The various items included under total debtors accounts in the debit side, to balance brought down, there's opening debtors. Then we are having a credit sales in the debit side, second item. So opening debtors as well as credit sales may be a balancing figure. To bills receivable dishonored, to creditors bills receivable endorsed to creditors dishonored, to cash paid to debtors, to interest charged to debtors, to carriage or any other expenses charged to debtors. And in the credit side we are having by cash received from debtors. This may be the balancing figure again. And second one by bills receivable. Next we are having cash sales return or return inwards. Most of the time this item will appear, common item it is. Which one? Sales return or a return inwards. Bad debts, common item. That's the bad debt written off. By discount allowed to debtors, not discount received, discount allowed. It comes under total debtors account credit side. Common item it is again. By any allowances given to debtors, certain allowances, any allowances given to debtors by closing debtors. So that is the by balance carried down. So either the to balance brought down or by balance carried down or cash received from debtors, as we mentioned, cash received from debtors or credit sales. I repeat, opening debtors, credit sales, cash received from debtors or closing debtors may be the answer at the end. There is a balancing figure. Next we are going to prepare fourth account. Common and very important account is total creditors account. It has to be prepared to ascertain again. So it is to ascertain either the opening creditors, closing creditors, credit purchases, cash paid to creditors. Let us discuss this with the format. Total creditors account. In the debit side we are having to cash paid to creditors. In the debtors account we are having by cash received from debtors. Here to cash paid to creditors. Just will cross check here. By cash received from debtors in total debtors account. Yes, in debtors account is in the credit side. In the creditors account it is in the debit side as to cash paid to creditors, to bills payable, to bills receivable, to purchase return common item. There it is credit side, sales return. There it is the discount allowed. Now in the creditors account is to discount received, to allowances and to balance carried on closing creditors. This may be a balancing figure. And in the credit side we are having opening creditors again by balance brought down. By credit purchases, this may be again an answer figure. There we are having in the total debtors account we have two credit sales. In the creditors account we are having by credit purchases. And next item, bills payable dishonored, debtors. There's bills receivable dishonored to creditors, cash received from creditors, interest, again cash received from creditors, again important item. That may be a balancing figure. So, in total creditors account, cash paid to creditors may be a balancing figure. To balance carried down closing debt creditors may be a balancing figure. Again we are having to balance brought down balancing figure. To credit purchases may be a balancing figure. Rest all the items it will appear as it is. It depends on the problem. So these are the basic things we need to understand. And in the fourth step we are going to prepare. Finally, we are going to prepare the trading and profit and loss account for the trading period and balance sheet at the end of the trading period in the usual manner. This we have studied in the previous semester. The main intention is to convert single entry into double entry. How to prepare double entry system by conversion method or analytical method? Just by preparing the trading account, profit and loss account. At the end we are preparing balance sheet. So these are the basics to understand and to work out the problems under converting the single entry into double entry system. Thank you.